Here is, however, why I think Blake Lively's euphoria is a little premature, and I guess I should tell you what she said.
Blake Lively has emerged triumphant in a high-stakes legal battle against her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni, as a federal judge in New York dismissed his $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against her, her husband Ryan Reynolds, their publicist Leslie Sloane, and a separate $250 million libel suit against the New York Times. The ruling, delivered on June 9, 2025 by U.S. District Judge Louis J. Liman, was hailed by Lively's legal team as a total victory and a complete vindication, condemning Baldoni's claims as a baseless attempt to retaliate against her allegations of sexual harassment and a smear campaign during the production of the 2024 romantic drama. While the dismissal marks a significant win for Lively, the judge allowed Baldoni until June 23 to amend certain contract-related claims, signaling that the feud, which has gripped Hollywood with its mix of personal betrayals and industry power, struggles, is not yet resolved. The saga began in December 2024, when Lively filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Baldoni of sexual harassment on the set of It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel about domestic violence that grossed over $351 million worldwide. Lively alleged that Baldoni made inappropriate comments and engaged in unscripted physical actions, creating an unsafe working environment. She further claimed that after she raised concerns, Baldoni, along with Wayfarer Studios, producer Jamie Heath, and publicists Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan, launched a coordinated effort to damage her reputation through media leaks and negative PR. Her federal lawsuit, filed shortly after, included charges of harassment, retaliation, and emotional distress, positioning Baldoni as a director who abused his authority to silence her. Baldoni fired back on January 16, 2025, with a $400 million countersuit against Lively, Reynolds, and Sloane, alleging defamation, extortion, and invasion of privacy. He claimed Lively fabricated her harassment allegations to deflect criticism from the film's troubled press tour, where rumors of tension between the co-stars had already surfaced. Baldoni argued that Lively, with Reynolds and Sloane's support, threatened to withhold promotion and publicly attack him unless he ceded creative control over the film's direction and final cut. A separate $250 million suit against the New York Times accused the outlet of conspiring with Lively's team by publishing a December 2024 article that relied on cherry-picked text messages to defame him. Baldoni's legal team, led by attorney Brian Friedman, insisted that Lively's claims were a calculated move to repair her public image at his expense. Judge Liman's 132-page opinion dismantled Baldoni's case, ruling that Lively's statements in her California Civil Rights Department complaint were protected under California's litigation privilege, shielding them from defamation claims. The judge found no evidence that Lively made defamatory statements outside this complaint, or that Reynolds, Sloane, or the New York Times acted with actual malice, a critical requirement for defamation. Liman also rejected Baldoni's extortion allegations, describing Lively's alleged threats to renegotiate working conditions or withhold promotion as legally permissible hard bargaining, rather than wrongful conduct. A specific claim involving a document Lively allegedly never signed, which Baldoni argued obligated her to promote the film, was dismissed due to lack of contractual evidence. The Times reporting was protected under fair report and litigation privileges as it accurately reflected Lively's public allegations. However, Liman allowed Baldoni's team to amend claims for breach of implied covenant and tortious interference, with contract by June 23rd offering a limited opportunity to continue the fight. Lively's attorneys, Ezra Hudson and Mike Gottlieb, celebrated the ruling, declaring it a decisive blow against what they called abusive litigation. They announced plans to seek attorney's fees, treble damages, and punitive damages against Baldoni, Wayfarer Studios, and financier Steve Sarowitz, accusing them of attempting to intimidate Lively and her allies. Leslie Sloane's attorney, Sigrid McCauley, emphasized her client's vindication, noting that Sloane was wrongfully dragged into the suit to tarnish her reputation. The New York Times also praised the decision, with spokesperson Charlie Stadlander affirming the outlet's commitment to defending its journalism against meritless attacks. Lively herself addressed the ruling on Instagram, reflecting on the pain of a retaliatory lawsuit and framing her fight as advocacy for women's voices, underscoring the broader implications for workplace accountability in Hollywood. 3. Dispute has drawn significant attention, not only for its star power but also for its ties to the Me Too movement's focus on consent and safety in film production. Lively's allegations of body shaming and inappropriate conduct resonated with audiences, given the film's sensitive themes. However, Baldoni's countersuit highlighted Lively's active role in choreographing intimate scenes, where she reportedly directed camera angles, pacing, and even Baldoni's movements, complicating her claims of discomfort. These contradictions have fueled public debate, with supporters like Amber Tamblyn backing Lively, while others question her narrative given her documented control on set. Baldoni's team has leaned into media exposure, releasing behind-the-scenes footage to counter her claims and promising a website with untampered evidence to expose her alleged manipulation. Lively's attorneys have sought sanctions to curb these public statements, accusing Baldoni of waging a toxic media war. The involvement of Taylor Swift added a sensational twist to the saga. In May 2025, Baldoni's team attempted to subpoena Swift, alleging she was present during discussions about a scene Lively wanted to change and that Lively leveraged their friendship to influence set dynamics. Swift's team dismissed the subpoena as a publicity stunt, and it was withdrawn after objections from Lively's attorneys. The move reportedly strained Lively's friendship with Swift, who has since distanced herself, highlighting the personal toll of the dispute. Other developments, such as a reporter's admission on June 7, 2025, that a text message claiming Sloane accused Baldoni of sexual assault was a mistake, further weakened Baldoni's case, as Sloane denied using the phrase undermining, a key defamation claim. Lively's legal strategy has also faced scrutiny. In early June 2025, she dropped 2 claims: intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, after Baldoni's team sought her medical records, a move her attorneys described as routine trial preparation. However, Judge Liman refused to let Lively dismiss these claims on her terms, warning that failure to withdraw them would preclude her from offering emotional distress evidence. This ruling, combined with the dismissal of Baldoni's suit, underscores the ongoing legal friction as both sides prepare for a trial set for March 9, 2026. Lively's team remains confident, with a spokesperson for Reynolds asserting that Baldoni's claims were an attempt to shame him for supporting his wife, predicting further dismissals. The case reflects broader tensions in Hollywood, where publicists, media, and legal battles shape celebrity narratives. Posts on X reveal polarized sentiment, with some users celebrating Lively's victory as a win for victims of harassment, while others, including Baldoni's supporters, argue the judge's allowance for amended claims keeps the fight alive. Legal experts note the dismissal's significance for media protections, with the New York Times victory reinforcing the importance of fair reporting. However, the case's complexities, Lively's creative control versus her harassment claims, Baldoni's public persona as a male feminist versus allegations of misconduct, highlight the gray areas of consent and power on modern film sets. As Lively pursues her lawsuit and Baldoni considers amending his claims, the dispute continues to reshape perceptions of accountability, with potential to set new industry standards for documenting workplace interactions and ensuring transparency.